Hi, this is Matt at The Turning Gate, and we've just put out Backlight 3.02. It's a really solid update to Backlight 3 with some great stuff in it. One of those things is the new Backlight shortcode for the WordPress theme. So I'm going to dive into that in this video. What's on my screen right now is I've got 4 tabs open. One of them is the Backlight admin. I've got a Backlight album. I've got on the right-hand side, a WordPress post, and then the edit screen for that post in WordPress. So the Backlight shortcode allows you to take images from a Backlight album and use them in a WordPress post or page, and to do so relatively easily. It leverages the new JSON API that we've introduced in Backlight 3. That's a very technical thing that you don't need to worry too much about as a user of this particular feature. So to get started, we want to go into Backlight's settings. I'm going to edit the settings and scroll down to the section JSON API. And I just want to make sure that this is turned on. Now, the JSON API is something that someone writing code would use to contact Backlight and get image information about an album so that they can use it programmatically elsewhere. You're not coders, most of you, and that's okay because I've written the code. It leverages the API to get that information and pull it into WordPress. So what I want to do is I want to get this album and I want to put it into this WordPress post. So with the API switched on, all I need to do is in Backlight's admin, go into the publisher, publisher, and find that album. It's Parklife. So I need to get the album ID, and you're going to find that in the URL in Backlight's admin. So it's the number at the end. You can see it says view album / and then there's a number. That number is the ID. I'm going to copy that. Then in WordPress, I'm going to go to edit my post. I am going to, anywhere in the body, I'm going to put it after the first paragraph. Open brackets, Backlight, album equals, open quotes, paste that ID, close quotes, and then close the brackets. And that's all there is to it. There is another option you can put in here, and that is the number of columns. So if I'm gonna go with 5 columns. It's optional. I think 5 is actually the default. So if you don't put columns, you will get 5. If you wanted 4, you just say columns equals 4. It'll do it for you. But I've got that in there. I'm gonna press the update that post. We'll refresh. And there it is. I've got images from the Backlight album now displaying in my WordPress post, and it's a slideshow, just like you'd normally see browsing the album in Backlight. Now, there's a couple things you want to know. This is not getting any styling information or options from the Backlight album. You cannot use the client response add-on. You cannot use the shopping cart. The JSON API is all about content, not presentation. So I can get the image, I can get the caption, but I'm not going to get the Backlight album features. Instead, the album looks the same as it would if I were embedding your normal WordPress gallery. The theme still controls what it looks like. So you do have some customization when you're editing the template for the WordPress theme. If I do a design, there's these post galleries controls, and these will apply to the album that we've embedded in WordPress using this new shortcode. But if you're already familiar with the WordPress theme, then you probably already know this is not equivalent to the Backlight album in terms of the full array of features or customization options. There's quite a bit here, but not everything. So with that limitation in mind, if you were to, for example, maybe in Backlight you have a Galleria or a theater album, and you embed that collection of images into your WordPress post, it's still going to look like this. You are not going to get the Backlight presentation or the Galleria presentation. You are not going to get the theater presentation. What you're going to get is those images in this format that you see right here. So understanding that, it comes with some limitations because the WordPress and Backlight systems are separate, but a very powerful way of getting images that you've uploaded in Backlight to display on your WordPress blog without having to upload them to WordPress. And that's all there is to it. I think it's a really cool feature that we've just introduced in the latest update to Backlight 3, and I hope you'll find a lot of good use for it. Thank you for your time, and until the next one, I hope you're enjoying using Backlight 3.